All right, with summer camp just about a month away and Pac-12 Media Days a little bit before that, we bring in Aaron Sieberkrop. He writes for SB Nation's UW Dog Pound, covering Washington athletics. All right, Aaron, it's been a while. How you been?
I've been good. Getting ready for the season.
Definitely. So let's do that. You had mentioned to me before we came on, SI.com's top 100 players in college football, and the Huskies with 6. I bet we would get most people to respond that USC would have had the most players placed on the top 100, but Washington edges the Trojans. So I'll just throw out a few guys. We got Taylor Rapp at number 39, so he's coming off a tremendous rookie campaign there in Washington. So your thoughts about that selection, that placement?
You know, he's a great player, but I think he might be a little overrated considering he's only had 1 year of experience and being rated over Jake Browning or with a better rating than Jake Browning kind of has me questioning it. There's no doubt that he's one of the best young players in the Pac-12, but seems like a high ranking.
Yeah, some marquee players rated just below him when you look at Trace McSorley at 41, the Penn State quarterback who led them to the Big Ten championship, and also Josh Sweat, a major impact player for Florida State at D-end. You mentioned Browning, so he comes in at number 45, had a tremendous season. We saw his growth throughout his freshman campaign, but really becomes an elite player as a sophomore. The TD interception ratio just exploded compared to what it was, like 41-13 off the top of my head, something like that. Probably better than that, actually. So Browning gets placed behind Taylor Rapp.
Yeah, I think Jake Browning might be rated a little low. I think the experts who ranked players probably based it off of some big games, i.e. Alabama and USC. He was a Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year. In my opinion, he should be a top 25, top 30 player in the nation.
Yeah, so I'll correct my touchdown interception ratio numbers there. So I said 41-13, 43-9 for Jake Browning at Washington last season. So let's talk quarterbacks right now. Jake Browning coming off a tremendous season, but you mentioned the downers against Alabama and USC. So I saw both of those games. I think the noticeable pressure in the Alabama game, nobody could deny. I don't know that a lot could be blamed on him. They came out that first drive and looked extremely sharp. He throws the touchdown pass in the corner, and the rest of it, not necessarily his fault. But when he did have time, based on your recollection, your thought concerning how he played against two elite defenses, meaning USC and Alabama.
Yeah, so Washington, as you mentioned, got overwhelmed on the front. The defensive line for USC and Alabama overwhelmed the offensive line of Washington. When Jake has a ton of time, he can really light up defenses, as evidenced by I guess his Pac-12 play and his touchdown ratio. But he does struggle when he gets a guy in his face or a defender in his face. He's only 6'2". He's mobile. He's not the most mobile. He's not a Sam Darnold type player, but if he has time, Jake Browning can pick apart defenses.